Hello, I'm from MediaMark.com, and today we're going to discuss a subject that is quite controversial, but nevertheless should be talked about. Here at MediaMark, we're about all things numbers, including weather and the economy. Now, today, Mr. Ben Bernanke, the Fed Chairman of the United States of America for the Federal Reserve, has decided to embark on a third round of QE3, which is quantitative easing. Essentially, if you don't know what it is, I'll describe it very simply. It's where the Federal Reserve prints money and they buy bad debt like mortgage-backed securities, treasury bonds, or whatnot, in an effort to push interest rates lower, as if they really need to be much lower. The 10-year treasury is running between 1% and 2%. If that isn't low enough, I don't know what ever will be. And also to print an average of $40 billion a month until he deems necessary, which means until enough jobs are created. Now, QE3, you're probably wondering, well, if you haven't been keeping up on it, there was a QE2, there was a QE1. So our unemployment rate is still above 8%. Why do something that obviously has not worked? I'll put it this way. How does it make you feel? I know how it makes me feel. Let's put the charts up here. We've got oil. Commodities prices are up 4 years in a row. Gold is way up. Gold is a very good indicator of your economy. The higher gold prices are, the worse your economy is generally doing. And commodities, higher commodity prices, you guessed it. The flip side of the equation is a weaker dollar. The more money printing you've got going on, and injecting that money, trying to inject it into the economy, while the banks are just sitting on the money, the US dollar index continues its 4-year decline. And it's pretty sad because we used to be the highest ranking currency in the world. Now we're trashing our currency to become very much like a fiat currency. So, that being said, I could go and rant about this for a long time. There is some positives, however, if you can call them positives. Dow Jones Industrial Average, up 4 years in a row. S&P 500 up 4 years in a row. And the NASDAQ up 4 years in a row. Now, is that good or bad? Is this real, or is this a bubble created by a weaker dollar and quantitative easing policies, mass money printing policies they're engaging on a third round of this, which obviously it doesn't work. So my thought is, what are your thoughts on it? I could rant about this. Is this a bubble we're seeing? Or how does it make you feel to go to work every day and your wages be eroded by higher prices? Now, they'll try to tell you things like higher prices are caused by wars in other countries, supply disruptions, higher demand in emerging markets. However, every time one of these quantitative easing QE1, QE2, QE3 is released, prices go through the roof. Money printing, which is called M2, is a direct supply of your money supply in circulation. Why do it? Well, simply put, Mr. Bernanke thinks he can print jobs in the form of money. So, how does that make you feel? I want to know below. Comment below, message, anything. I want to know. How does that make you feel? What's your thoughts on that? This is very controversial. I could be opening a bad can of worms here. But I don't think this is much of a political issue. I think this is a issue every American should know about. The Federal Reserve is a separate entity, and it can pretty much do whatever it deems necessary to keep the economy rolling. So, tell me your thoughts. How does it make you feel?